Diaz Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Bye. Look, in a menudo style in direct fashion, I want to get straight into the content of the day. But before I do, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Ding. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content that I am kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support, man. We're going up on this channel. It's all because of you, and I'm very humbled and appreciative of that. Thank you. So I wanted to make this video. It's kind of a response video to the homie Hangout, Rascal. And everyone that's been supporting me or showing me love throughout these trying times, right? I appreciate it, man. I really, really, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate it. My family appreciates it. And you got to understand, unless you've ever been through a situation that I'm going through, having your name dragged through the mud, slandered, you'll just never understand. But it takes someone with thick skin to keep on trooping, right? It takes someone with thick skin to keep on pushing. And I'm going to continue to push. I'm going to continue to take care of my family, my children, my daughters, and just do what I do. I've been seeing everything that's going on social media the last few days. All the mischaracterization of me, all the slanderous remarks and the continual lives and the showing of paperwork and just all these different things. I've noticed it. I've recognized it. And I think things are better left unsaid and things are better left off the internet. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. From this moment on, from this video on, I will not continue to discuss my family matters with the world, right? Because it's nobody's business. And it doesn't do anything to help my child, my children, my family. And all it is a bunch of bumping baking soda breath on the door. Bunch of wolf casing, right? And I've never participated in them type of shenanigans, man. I've defended my honor, defended myself. And I will say that Rascal did a video this morning and he was absolutely 100% correct and right when he said, things like this shouldn't even be brought up on the internet. And I don't blame these other people. I don't blame the mother, boyfriends, none of that. I blame myself. I blame myself because at the end of the day, man, it's up to me if I choose to respond or not. It's up to me if I choose to keep going. And I don't. I didn't even want to start in the first place, man. So anything I've said up to this point that hurt feelings, made people jealous of me, done anything like that, I could say, I'm sorry. I don't want to go back and forth. My ultimate goal in life is to co-parent with someone that's not resistant to that, that's willing to be an adult, that's willing to have a conversation, that's willing to do what's best for our child. I'm not talking about boyfriends or girlfriends. I'm talking about communication or lack thereof. So I hate to use big words because I know not everyone understands them, but at the end of the day, it's all about, give and take, but give more and take less. I'm not trying to ask anyone for advice. I'm not trying to ask anyone for their opinion, but I respect those who have them. And I understand that some people just got to be a gangster. Some people just got to play that role. Some people just got to do what they do. I'm not one of those people. I'm not any of that. I'm not a gangster. I'm not a gang member. I've chosen to be a father. And that's all I am. That's the label that I like. That's the label I'm going to rock with. That's the label I'm going to continue to be. So, as far as this back and forth and these things I see on the internet and justification and trying to prove myself, I ain't got to prove nothing. Anyone with two eyes and two ears knows what it is. Okay? And we'll leave it at that. But Rascal does a video today and he kind of breaks down, the family law and what he knows of it because he's been through the system himself. A couple different angles. And he's absolutely correct in a lot of the things he said as far as I wouldn't be in the position I am now if I wasn't a good person or wasn't a father, right? In the state of California, some other state, I'm speaking to the guys out there that need the glecha, the knowledge you can't get in college. And this is a real video. If you're into the drama and all that, I'm sure there's going to be a lot more of those videos in the future, but this is not one of those. This is just realisms for your mind, right? One time for your mind. When it comes to family law and all that, In the state of California, that's a woman's state. Usually the mother gets all the action, the father's left out. The only thing that gets action with the father is his wallet, period. So you really have to really look and analyze a case to see a father walking away, having custody and things like that. Like, really, what is it, man? Really, what happened that was so detrimental, that the mother cannot be put in that position? Again, man, I'm not here to slander my baby's mom whatsoever. I believe honestly, truly, that she's a good woman at heart. I believe she wants to take care of her children. What mother doesn't? Are they all able and capable of doing it? Not necessarily, right? Sometimes you're just not able to, or you don't want to put in the hard work to do it. And that's understandable. But in my case, without saying too much, man, I'm just going to say I respect the mother trying. Any mother that at least is willing to try gets an A-OK in my book, right? Now, when you're involved in a relationship, that's your business, your relationship. Have I ever been the type of jealous individual mad about what the chick I've used to be with is doing? Absolutely not. It's not like this guy just came and snatched my old lady from me. This is 100 guys later, like relationships and children later. So I'm happy that individuals found each other and they could, help one another. But if it's a toxic relationship, if it's something that's not beneficial for you or your children, then you need to see your way up out of there instead of being there. See the metaphor, right? And I know not every situation, not every relationship is perfect. But if there's more unperfect times than perfect times, there's a reason why my child or anyone's child, loves their parent, doesn't want to see their parent going through that. So, it's an unfortunate situation. Again, man, no need to air dirty laundry out and all that. And I'm not gonna do that. I'm just saying, when people start pointing fingers at me, you got to think about the fingers that are pointed back at yourself and realize that everything you've shown up to this point, everything you've done has only hindered your situation, But I want to say, I'm not going to participate in the back and forth. I'm not going to do that. Get yours. If that's what you choose to do, get yours. This is my area. Social media, YouTube. This is what I've been doing for 4.5 years. And when you try to step into my area, you have to understand that I can eat you up. It's all on how I feel that day and what's right and what's wrong. And I'm trying to be a good person here. I'm trying to be the right one. Trying to be the bigger man, trying to think about my kids first and how it hurts them. So I'll refuse to do it, man, because, I'm on father time and man time. I'm not on troll time and slander time. I can look into people's past, their criminal records, put things out there, but why? What does that accomplish? Doesn't help my kid get new shoes. I have to buy those. Doesn't help my kid pull up to school, get picked up. I have to do that. I've been doing it. I'm going to continue to do it. So help me God, right? And just if you really care at all, then you stay out the way and you just participate in other ways. And that's it. The truth. And let's be the truthful. Rascal does this video and he broke down the criminal aspects of things and he broke down the family law aspects of things. And I really respect, man, what he does. And I liked how he was point blank in the video. He's not choosing sides. It's not what that vato does, right? He looks at it from a legal point and from reflection and from knowing, having been through the system. And like he said in that video, I've said several times, me and Rascal don't see eye to eye and everything. We had a good conversation today. Reached out, gave him my number. We hadn't talked like that in a minute. Really, really talked, right? We had a good conversation. He made a lot of good points, man. Gave me a lot of good game. Put him up on some game and that just is what it is, man. When you could be civil with someone and be grown men, that have went through that struggle of child custody and all that, you build a bond, man. So I'm hoping that one day in the future, man, maybe I could call Josh a friend, because what he displayed to me on that video, man, was no judgment on either side and just a straight up dude. And I respect him. I respect him for that. Now I will say this, as far as the people that are getting in these lives and telling me, hey, did you see this? Do you see? I see everything, man. I got eyes everywhere. I see it all, right? But I pay no attention to the bullshit. And I believe what's in the best interest of myself, my family, my children, is to not pay attention to the rah-rah. You know, I have nothing to hide. I have nothing to deflect. I have nothing to sit here and argue with people about, especially people that have no bearing on the case other than in the negative, right? You know, why are you so upset and mad is a question that I've always asked myself. When I get upset at things, I analyze it and I break it down. Why am I so mad? How do I allow that person to get real estate in my head and make me so mad? Get me upset. What did I do? And in this case, I'm not upset. I'm upset with the situation, but not the people. This is part of the game. This is what happens when you do the right thing. It seems like this world we're in is like a matrix. When you're doing the right thing, no flowers, no one cares. You're just doing what you're supposed to, right? When you're doing all the bad and the drama, you get all the attention, all the clout. It's unfortunate that's the way it is, but that's the world we live in. And even with all that being said, I'm going to continue to do the right thing because my children need me. See, they need parents. They're a blessing, a true blessing, you know. I do this not only because I love my children, because that's first and foremost. I'm willing to die over them. Are you? Right? Literally. But I do this because this is also therapeutic for me. See, back in the days, I was a taker. Took people's lives. Or one person, allegedly, right? Took people's money. Took people for whatever I can get. I was a gang member. I was doing bad things to people. Didn't respect my family. My first child, who I'm sure will get brought up eventually. I wasn't a great father. I wasn't there when I should have been. Then when I tried, it was too late. You know, but I think back on these things and I think to myself and I say, you know what? You're not dead yet. So you still have time to make up for things. And so with my children now, I'm trying to do the best that I can. I'm not the best father, man. I'm not the greatest dad, but I'm a dad though. I could say that. And I only want what's in the best interest of my kids. And if that means, letting her mother be in her life, and see, I have those because I got custody. It's up to me to really make that happen, right? So even with all the slander and everything that's being said, I still want my child to be close to her mother. I still want her to have that bond, man. There's just, as a father, man, I need to protect her from people that don't have her best interests or don't love her, don't really care, that want to utilize her as a means to hate on me because they don't like me for whatever reason. And it's unfortunate because when motherfuckers have action and they're right there, they smile in your face and all that. But when it's behind a camera or anything, it's different. It's a different story. It's a trip, right? This is the way this world works out. And then I'm hearing a lot of stories. I'm ducking into stairwells and I'm hiding and I was right there, man. Error and opportunity. But for what? What does that do? What does that do? What does that prove? That you're more gangster than I am? You could have that, bro. I'm more of a father than you are. I'll keep that. See? So anyways, man, I wanted to thank Rascal for that video he did earlier. Thank you, Josh, man. I appreciate the legalities and the way you broke them down. I was there. I lived it in real life, man. I seen everything that was there to be seen. I know exactly what's going on. And again, I'm in the driver's seat as I've been for the last almost 10 years, 8 years, right? And I'm going to make the right decisions with my child. I'm going to continue to do that, man. But for all the support I've been getting, gracias. I see a lot of comments, man. And I'm not going to lie. I've seen my baby's mother and her old man, go on lives and just slander my character and just talk crazy. And it's like, what are you guys thinking about? Why would you do that? I understand though that I started it. And let me explain this to you. When I got back, people were wondering why I was in California, and I made a video saying, hey, I went to go get my daughter and to do this. And that's exactly what my lawyer told me to do. Come pick her up. She's going to go home with you. And it worked out the way it worked out, right? And I sat down in that courtroom and I watched that mother cry when they started mentioning spousal abuse and all that. And I watched a lot, and I know what she's going through, man. And I feel for you, Juana. I do, man. But again, I've been in relationships with women or I've seen, with even my homeboys, I've seen relationships where women, they feel trapped and it's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate, man. And it's unfortunate I can't let my daughter be around as much as I would like to with her family because, if that's enabled, if that right there, that type of shenanigans are going on, man, I can only imagine, my daughter ain't shit to, these people. So, to her mother, no, I respect her mom. But to the guy, nah, I can't allow that as a father. I just can't allow that. But I like the way that Rascal was able to see through the fog and the bullshit that's being put out there and break it down in layman terms and tell you guys, there's no fucking way in the world and not a judge in the world that would let me fly up out of there with my kid if I was doing bad shit to my kid, like hitting her or anything, okay? I don't give a fuck what CPS case you have in the world. You could say anything. I can call CPS tomorrow or today and say some bad things about someone and they're going to open up a CPS case. Doesn't mean it's going to be found credible or true. They just got to do their job and check into it. Have I had CPS called on me so many fucking times I can't even explain. Seems like it was every other month, and every time negative. Then I'm hearing all the shit that I'm doing so bad, and I've been doing all this and I've been doing all that. What took you so long to figure that out if I was doing all that? It took 8 years to figure that out. It's just unfortunate, man. Anyways, with all that being said, gracias, Josh, and thank you all the people that go on the lives and support me and help me. But I'm going to ask you guys, from me to you, don't go in there clowning these people and calling them tweakers and talking about how the way they look and all that. I mean, it's up to you truly to do whatever you want to do, but I'm not asking you to do that in defense of me and what I got going on, man. I'm not sending the pit bulls out for you. All I'm saying is, respect the mother's wants. She's not going to get everything she wants in life. I don't even get everything I want in life, but show some class and some respect and some professionalism coming from the gun. Let them do what they do. The hole is deep already. It's already too late to get up out of it. And just truly be happy that I'm not into, exposing shit and doing all that weird shit, because it could get ugly and tricky. And who does that have a bearing on? My kid, man. And so I ask you guys to just let it go. I'm not going to be talking about it no more. I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, I got exactly what I wanted. My child is home in, the state that I'm in, close to me. And, I dropped her off at school this morning. She was happy. And that's all that fucking matters at the end. I don't care about anything else anyone says. I'm not here to prove myself. I think over 4.5 years, where was all these accusations at then, Oh, we just found out. Nah, see, if you were more of a parent, then maybe you would have been able to find out sooner, right? Come on now. I understand where everyone's coming from, but you got to understand where I'm coming from. And I'm saying thank you guys, everybody, for all the help and all the great motivation. But let's let it go. Let's let them do what they do. And hopefully they hear this message and realize, man, damn, if it's about the children, tap in. Let's converse. I mean, if you want to throw in things, we could do that too. It ain't really nothing to it, right? I ain't scared. But why? Why? You're never going to get none of my money or none of that. So let's leave that off the table. Let's just talk and figure something out. Let's come up with a plan on how we're going to best facilitate helping our child rather than hindering her. Thank you guys again for all the support. Rascal, thank you, man. That was a great video, bro. I appreciate your get down and what you did. And again, man, Rascal didn't choose my side. He said, but there was false advertisement there. There was a lot that was said. And I know, we're going to show CPS, show whatever you want. Show whatever the hell you could make or whatever hell you want or whatever the hell you got. Because you could have a stack of paperwork this big. You could have pit bull puppies. You could have new synthetic lawn. You could have a house from Section 8. You could have an old lady. You could have all that. But I have my daughter. And that's all I need. With that being said, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle for what I truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. Wanna, if you ever need me, just call me. I know what he does.